You're listening to KEXP, where the music matters. You can find us at 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 FM in the Bay Area, at KEXP.org, streaming worldwide, and also on the KEXP mobile app. I'm Cheryl Waters. I'm here in the KEXP studios with NewDad. I'm so happy to be here with you. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks so much for coming. Your new album, Alter, is coming out in about a month, and I'm so excited you're going to share some new songs with us today. You ready to go?
Yeah.
NewDad live on KEXP. You're listening to NewDad live on KEXP, songs from the upcoming album Alter, coming out on September 19th.
Hold your fruit at reach. I'll bite if I'm allowed. can't forget your grin. Search for it in a crowd. Your sunlight burns my skin, but I'm basking in it now. I'm basking in it now. I'm basking in it now. No, I won't stop if I'm falling apart. Keep on running around for you. Knees on the floor, bend a little bit more. Break the way that you want me to. I'll still be your entertainer. I'll still be your entertainer. Sunlight burns my skin, but I'm basking in it now. I'm basking in it now. I'm basking in it now. No, I won't stop if I'm falling apart. Keep on running around for you. Knees on the floor, bend a little bit more. Break the way that you want me to. I'll still be your entertainer. I'll still be your
That was Entertainer from the Safe EP that came out earlier this year. It's NewDad live on KEXP.
Left the gates of my heart open in hopes yours would be too. But with too much wishful thinking, bit off more than I could chew. I fear my love's been stolen by the city and its thieves. Feel like I've been spit out in a static state of grief, and it kills me quickly. The knife moves swiftly. Is it a strange obsession? Yes, sort of addiction. A bit of a kick for self-affliction. Is it a bit of lust for misery? Because her and I had history.
That is NewDad live on KEXP. That song, Misery, a new one from the upcoming album Alter, out on September 19th. That's the first time I heard that song. That was so good. How exciting. NewDad live on KEXP. I'm out of breath. It's hard to stand still during that song. That was so awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. It's honestly an honor to be here in this room. We've watched it so many times.
It's such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Well, you played so many new songs today. Thank you so much for that. Your last album, Madre, which came out in early 2024, is achingly raw and just emotionally charged, and it mines the dark depths of the human experience. And again, you played 3 songs from the album that comes out on September 19, Atlas, or Alter. And the first song that I heard was just that last song that you just played, and it is so infectious. Like I said, I couldn't stop moving around. I love how you just let go and shout it all out. Can you tell me about that song and some of the themes that you're mining on this new record that's coming out?
Yeah, that song, honestly, was just a bit of fun. I wanted to have a song where I just let loose and have a bit of a moan, because it's good for the soul, you know. And yeah, that one was kind of just a bit of fun, but I think it kind of tackles themes about like being a people pleaser and trying to stick up for yourself. The main theme of the album, though, is definitely about home, We moved to London about 3 years ago, and it's kind of just about the differences between like a chaotic city like that and Galway, where we're from, which is very peaceful. And it's kind of, just us trying to find our feet as 20-somethings in a big city in the music industry. That's the main thing.
It sounds like you're yearning for home a little bit, but London seems to be treating you well. Tell me about the move and sort of that feeling of that yearn for home.
Yeah, I think when we first moved, it's all very exciting when you do a big move somewhere. But I think we're naturally just kind of, quiet people in a way, and we like the peace. And I guess it can be a bit draining being in a city where you feel like you always have to keep going, and you're kind of looking at everyone else and saying, I should be there or I should be doing that. There's no room to kind of breathe in a city like that. I think creativity needs room to breathe. And that's what's so special about going home, and then like being able to work there and stuff is really nice.
It really sounds like you're channeling your inner emotions on these songs. Does songwriting help you make sense of your feelings and just sort of give you a place to put them?
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes like people will hear the music and they'll be like, gosh, is Julie all right? And I'm like, I am. It's good to have an outlet. That's kind of the darker part is, you get out all those feelings in your music, and then you get to walk away and just feel better and feel like you can get on with your life and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely, I feel very lucky to have it as an outlet.
I know that you released a solo album about a year ago, and you said in the past that you felt a little bit afraid to express your feelings to NewDad, that it was just a little embarrassing to put them out there, but working kind of in isolation, you put that together with a friend over long distances, that it helped you work through some of that. And so I'm wondering how after that experience you were able to approach that with NewDad and how that's maybe changed your songwriting and performing.
Yeah, I think it was a really healthy thing to kind of step away and then not feel like confined to a certain way of writing or anything. Like a lot of those songs are almost, they're not typical song structures, which I think it's just good to just write. And that was really helpful, I think, in the long run for my songwriting. But we've been together so long now that you can say anything to each other, which is really nice. I'm like an embarrassed teenager anymore.
Well, I'm curious how the band does come together to create songs. When you released a Safe EP earlier this year, I think it was Fiachra who said that it just needed to be NewDad, but better. Everything had to get elevated. And I'm wondering how you pushed yourselves since Madra, if there were new things that you were exploring on this new record or things that you were experimenting with.
Yeah, I think just, if any of you want to, but yeah, just confidence, I guess, being more confident, more self-assured.
And kind of more thought through sounds. Like, it's not like we didn't think about things before, but it was kind of like we came with more of a direction. Whereas with Madra, it was kind of just like, this is exactly how we feel. Let's get it out. Whereas this was a bit more like, we want it to sound like this. We wanted to invoke these emotions sonically and lyrically and compositionally. And I think that definitely was something that came through.
I think you went back to Rockfield Studios. Did you do Madra there as well?
We just did Madra and Rockfield. We actually did Alter in a residential place in Ipswich. But I think, having that residential...
Being in nature
is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where we feel at home.
Do you have sort of a routine when you're recording? How does that... what's that day like for you? Or days? There's many of them, I'm sure.
Yeah. We... Honestly, it's really healthy. I feel like it's when we're at our healthiest. We get up and we have breakfast because we need energy for the day. We'll probably start recording by 11 and then we'll have lunch, and it's the most structured really the life of a musician can be is when you're
and it feels like you're constantly going, but at the end of the day you do always feel like I wish there was a little bit more time to get that last thing in, but everyone's tired, so we need to stop. But yeah, it's addictive. That's what I love about it. Those days are just like you're just at it non-stop, and then you step back and you're like, okay, great, that's the chorus of one song, but it sounds amazing. So, yeah.
How about touring? I mean, you started putting out songs on the internet, and then when we came out of COVID, you had built up this huge audience, and you were playing these massive shows. You're touring all over the world, playing festivals. Are you able to stay healthy on tour and, create that must be an incredible thing to be playing to such a big audience.
Yeah, it was very surprising. We were not prepared. But I think over the past few years, just it really is just practice and getting that live experience that's helped us grow. But yeah, it can be hard to stay healthy on tour. We're on nearly our fourth week now, and we're all feeling it a little bit, but yeah. We try our best.
Well, you look great, you sound great, and we are so delighted to have you here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so fun.
It's NewDad live on KEXP. Alter is the new album coming out on September 19th, and such a pleasure to hear these new songs today. Thank you so much to the band, and thank you to our viewers and listeners for supporting great music, great in studios like this. You can support us with a financial gift at KEXP.org. Keep the music coming and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll let you know every time we launch a new video. Again, a big thank you to NewDad live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.